The Genesis GV60 is the brand's third SUV in the lineup, but the first all-electric luxury vehicle, and trust me when I say it does not disappoint, especially when it comes to the overall look, interior luxury, and outstanding technology. And to that point, Genesis is the world's first automaker to introduce Face Connect. Face Connect is a feature that allows the vehicle to lock or unlock its doors without a key or key fob by recognizing the driver's face. Drivers only need to touch the door handle and show their face to the camera on the B pillar to activate the feature. Now that is pretty cool. But the cool tech continues. You also receive features such as a fingerprint technology, a system I reviewed previously in the GV70. And then there's smart trunk, smart doors, smart park, and video blind spot monitoring, the industry's best driver-assisted technology feature, hands down. But did I mention everything I just said is close to standard on the base model Advance, but all of it and more is available on the top trim Performance, which I happen to be reviewing this week. Now, when it comes to the base model Advance or the top trim Performance, both are equipped with only all-wheel drive as an option currently. However, rear-wheel drive is likely to be introduced soon. And although both models share a lot of the same available technology, the price and electric horsepower are different. The base model Advance offers an MSRP price tag of $71,150, and the top trim Performance offers an MSRP price tag of $79,000, and this is of course before tax or tax credits are applied. Complimentary maintenance and warranty programs are outstanding, and I'll provide that information down below in the description. Now, the Advance model has 314 electric horsepower and 446 pound-feet of torque, whereas the Performance trim has 429 electric horsepower and the same torque. But when you activate boost mode, which unleashes an additional 54 electric horsepower momentarily, the Performance trim offers 483 electric horsepower and 516 pound-feet of torque. A more affordable option in place of the GV60 is the Kia EV6, a vehicle I just finished reviewing and one which is closely affiliated to Genesis, as both brands are part of the Hyundai Motors Corporation. That aside, in that particular review, I found that the overall ride quality was smooth and well balanced. But fast forward to this week, and with the GV60's standard electronically controlled suspension, I would argue that the GV60 has the same ride quality as the BMW iX, another impressive but larger luxury EV SUV I had the pleasure of reviewing. Now, in all of my EV videos, I stress the size of wheels because wheels affect range. So if you purchase the Advance trim with the standard 20-inch wheels, you'll have a range of 399 kilometers or 248 miles. But when you purchase the Performance trim, which comes with standard 21-inch wheels, you'll have a range of 378 kilometers or 235 miles. The difference is 21 kilometers to 13 miles, but the price difference, depending on where you live, will be in between $9,000 and $10,000. Before I get into charging times, a huge difference between Genesis and their competitors is the standard driver-assisted technology feature you receive. And regardless of which GV60 trim you choose to purchase, these features are all standard. LED lights all the way around, with high beam assist up front, forward collision warning, blind spot monitoring, lane centering, lane keep assist, and a rear view camera with crash traffic alert and safe exit assist, just to name a few. But when you purchase the Performance model like I have, you automatically receive surround view monitoring and video blind spot monitoring, which I've already mentioned is by far the best driver assisted technology feature in the industry. And if you choose to purchase the Advanced trim because it's more cost efficient or because it offers a little bit more range, speak to your Genesis specialist to see if you can add video blind spot monitoring to your vehicle. With its dual batteries providing a max capacity of 77.4 kilowatt hours of energy, Genesis suggests charging times from 10 to 80% in 18 minutes when utilizing a DC fast charging connection. Level 2 at-home charging with a 240 volt connector is said to take 7 hours and 5 minutes. But of course, at-home charging is reliant on what battery percentage you're beginning with. For example, I used level 1 charging with a 120 volt power outlet all week, and from 87% to full, it took over 10.5 hours. I understand that throughout this video so far, I've provided you with a ton of numbers, so look down in the description and I'll illustrate charge times and ranges down there. So you've already heard me speak about range, wheels, and battery charge times, but a few more features are affecting your overall range, that being driving modes and braking regeneration. And I appreciate how Genesis has provided the driver with those features right on the steering wheel. So your driving mode selector will be here on the left, and you have Eco, Comfort, and Sport. And then you have Boost Mode. Remember, Boost Mode unleashes additional horsepower for up to 10 seconds. And then there's braking regeneration. Braking regeneration essentially is when you lift off the accelerator, your batteries or battery will recharge themselves slightly. And braking regen can be maxed out using the left-hand side paddle, and when you want to decrease it, use the right-hand side. But when you have it maxed out, you'll activate iPedal, and also that's called one-pedal driving. And remember, when you're using that braking regen, you'll be able to recharge your battery or battery slightly while in traffic. Navigation with Smart Base Cruise Control is standard in both the advanced and performance trims, and obviously you can use your navigation system to locate your destination, but you could also use it to easily locate charging networks and charging towers, and I recommend this shortcut. So instead of using the map icon through your 12.3-inch digital screen, use the nav button located down here. Look for POI categories, points of interest. Through there, you'll see EV charging stations, and all of the closest networks or towers will be illustrated. Then speak to your Genesis specialist about their Electrify America partnership, because you'll also receive 3 years of complimentary DC fast charging. Now, I'll get back to this system in a moment, but for now, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay are standard through both trims. You also receive wireless mobile charging. Also up here, you'll find 2 USB-C ports and a 12-volt port. It's no secret that when manufacturers design coupe-style vehicles, owners lose on overall cargo space. For me personally, I don't mind because I prefer the look of a coupe-style design, and if I needed additional room, I also don't mind kicking out passengers. But jokes aside, Genesis provides a tow rating of 2,000 pounds and then a payload capacity of 859 pounds, and that includes what you can store on top and inside. When it comes to overall cargo capacity, and that includes the front trunk, it is quite small. I'll provide you with some competitive comparisons down below because Genesis is smaller than a few of its competitors. But these seats fold in a 60-40 split. I'm disappointed because Genesis offers really great technology which allows you to have power operated rear seats. Instead, you're gonna have to walk around the side and manually put down the seats. Besides that, a cargo cover is standard. The floor trunk is absolutely removable. You'll also find some additional small storage space down here. You'll also find your tire mobility kit and very, very cool, your vehicle to load connector. So in the event there's a power outage, you'll be able to hook up smaller appliances to your vehicle. This is also very handy if you're a camper. And then there's the best feature, or I should say one of my favorite, you have Smart Trunk. And with your key fob in your pocket purse or hand, slowly approach the back of the vehicle and your power liftgate will open all by itself. Just make sure you go through that infotainment system and activate it. The overall comfort throughout the GV60's cabin is absolutely amazing. Doesn't matter where you're sitting. But before I get into leg space and head space, I'll talk convenience and storage. So the front seat door storage is small, but it's pretty much on par with other small SUV crossovers I've experienced. That glove box is huge, only it's not a glove box. It's actually a drawer. That's a first for me, and I love the convenience in that. Then this front center console is really small inside, but below the front center stack, it's a huge pass-through. So that's just amazing. Like, that's really, really good for convenience. Back here, you have two pockets behind both front seats. The door storage is really small, but I was expecting that. And then each passenger can take advantage of a cup and bottle holder. And then when nobody's sitting down the center, you could also take advantage of your two traditional cup and bottle holders located here. This seat is fixed, meaning it doesn't move forwards and backwards. It's also heated on the exterior seats. Let's talk leg space. Because if you're familiar with my channel, you know I'm only 5'3", so I never complain about leg or head space. But if you travel with taller teenagers or taller adult guests, you'll be able to move the front passenger seat forward by just using the buttons located on this side. Additional convenience back here is sunshades on both sides. Now, back to that leg space. So I'm short, 5'3", I never complain, but my producer, who is 5'11", he fits pretty well too. But here's the smart thinking. This roof is caved. There's an indent. So you have so much more room for headspace. And then finally, connectivity, you have two additional USB-C ports. Definitely one feature highlight is this crystal sphere, but I'll get back to this in a second. Ask your Genesis specialist about their connected services app, because this will provide you with some additional convenience, and you'll find your remote starter on your key fob. Just lock your doors first and then hold the hold button, and this will allow you to preheat or cool your cabin in advance. Last few features before I hit the road. Sunroof, power operated, and I like the fact that it opens from the inside out. These front seats are both heated, ventilated, power operated, offer memory support, but the driver's seat offers thigh support and massage comfort. The steering wheel is also heated, and you can turn on the features for your heating and your ventilation by using these buttons, all located up here. The look of this steering wheel is just so well done. Everything is easy to use, even though it looks aggressive with the buttons. But on the left-hand side, you'll find your smart adaptive cruise control settings, and semi-autonomous and really good. Connect with me on social media. I give you more behind the scenes action there, and you'll be able to see just how good it is. On the right-hand side, you'll find your audio sound system buttons that are connected with your Bang & Olufsen. It sounds so good, very crisp. You also have your voice commands and your Bluetooth. Your fully digital driver cluster is also customizable. Just use the button located on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. Inside the performance trim, you'll also find your heads-up display. If you don't like the heads-up display and you want to activate it or deactivate it, just go through your infotainment system. This infotainment system is really easy to use. It's both a touch screen and a swipe through. A few features that you should go through with your Genesis specialist is setup, or use a shortcut. Look for 3D setup. This is awesome. The imaging is so well done, even when you're turning the vehicle on and off. But going through the 3D imaging, you can activate or deactivate some of your driver assisted tech. So this is a shortcut to do all of that. Climate control panel, all easy to use, all a touch screen. You also have hard buttons as well for shortcuts. It's all really smart thinking. Down here, you'll also be able to turn your audio sound system on and off as well. But before I hit the road, you probably want to know, well, how do you put it into gear? And this is so cool. So first, foot on brake, push the start button, and then your crystal sphere rotates. It looks so cool. Then just turn it to drive, and then let's hit the road. 2023 Genesis GV60, and let's talk hot features. The exterior, very well done. And these wheels, I love the look of the 21-inch wheels. They look so aggressive, and the design is just different, and I like different. And then the interior. The interior quality, all of the material, the surfacing, very well done. And this crystal sphere, next level. I love this tech. The tech is easy, very easy to use. But let's talk about ride quality. And the ride quality is just exceptional. You can really tell the difference with the electronically controlled suspension and just how it absorbs the road so well. So Genesis, like, hats off to you. You guys have done a very good job with your ride quality. The same can be said with sound quality too, because it's very quiet in here. Visibility, we need some work. So out the front and the sides is okay, but you have a huge blind spot. So make sure you guys are using your blind spot monitoring systems, or of course old school, just look over your shoulder. Other good features that are thought out for the overall drive, and that's going to be your driving modes and braking regen. I like the fact that it's just on your steering wheel, like everything's convenient. I hate it when I have to go through an infotainment system to set up braking regen. That's annoying. And driving modes, well, driving modes are great. So that was me going from eco to comfort, right? You guys can't feel it, but I can. And then sport, and you feel again. Boost, oh yeah, there you go. But I recommend only using boost mode when you're in a straight line, of course, and it's safe to do so. So guys, what I like to do in all my videos is recommend a test drive, because test drives are complimentary. So make sure you look down in the description, because I provide so much information down there, and connect with me on social media, because I have more behind the scenes features, and I show you how to use, say for instance, your autonomous driving, which is really good, okay? So look down from there, or look down there. I try to make it easy for you. But for now, I'm Juliana, your automotive woman. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss How To Tuesday or Feature Car Friday. Thanks for watching, guys.